Hey, cheer
Don't
up, you
dare
mutt.
piss on something.
Call that beast to heel.
Call that dog to heel.
Why do you work for the miller?
Because he pays well and don't care how much coin I make on the side.
You mean by stealing?
And he doesn't ask any stupid questions.
That's more like it. That mangy mutt.
What did you do before?
I got by any way I could. Believe it or not, I started in a convent.
You? A nun? Well, why not? I was in the cloisters myself for a while.
Oh well, different people have different fates. But we all ended up here anyway, in the armpit of the world.
What do you think about Crazel?
You're another one of those that don't know if they should love him or hate him, right? Crazel is his own man. Once you learn to get along with him, you can't help but admire him a bit. But sometimes, he's unbearable as soon as he opens his mouth.
What do you know about the Troskovitz gravedigger?
He's a pretty tough old bird. He follows the rule, I'll treat you the way you treat me. And he appreciates when a fella's direct and open. But I probably wouldn't tell him everything about us.
So, Bonnie, the most honest girl I know, sent me. I'd like to see some dead animals as models for painting a church fresco. A scene from the apocalypse.
That might be a bit much, but you learn fast.
How was the saltpeter collection and tasting again? Sounds pretty disgusting.
It wasn't so bad. Xena kept whining about it, but being a saltpeter collector, it has its benefits. When you go and clean someone's sty, they don't pay much attention to you and leave their purses and chests unattended. We made a pretty decent amount on the side.
What, by stealing?
Confiscating property for the greater glory of God. I hate the term stealing.
Just like Crazel. Tell me something more about Zinnek.
He's Andy, that's for sure. But also a bit of a fool. To be honest, I don't care for Crazel's bullshit most of the time either. I do this job because it's fun, unlike Zinnek. He does everything for his own good, doesn't give a damn about any greater cause or other people. Actually, he really pisses me off with his attitude. And he entertains himself by coming up with the stupidest nicknames for me. Dunga, for instance. What kind of a bloody awful name is Dunga?
Oh, lovely. And what does he call himself?
Scruffy. Or Jan, Nicholas, Franz, Peter, Jakub. The most bland, everyday names. He tries to be careful, but then he opens his big mouth and fucks it all up, just like in Troskovitz.
What is this lair place?
Crazel built a stall so all them honest, curious people in the mill, the likes of Hensel, wouldn't have to worry their little heads about what we're doing here.
You mean behind that boarded-up door in the cliff?
We're definitely not doing anything there right now. Because of the mess in there. I told Zinnek to clean it up. I think he wants to see if the place will get so rotten that saltpeter will bloom on the walls.
I'd like you to teach me something.
For a few groschen, it won't be a problem. And what would you like?
Tell me the best way to get healing potions.
Great, let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time. You have a kind master, eh, doggy? What?
I'd like to learn something.
And what would you like? So it's you? Uh-huh.
Careful.
Greetings, good man. Will you come over here for a moment? Let's talk.
I bid you good day. What do you want to talk about?
You'll see. You won't be sorry. Could you spare a few groschen for charity's sake? I'll be straight with you. It's to spend down the tavern.
Tell me a little about yourself. If I find you to be an upright fellow, I might be willing to indulge you.
I was once a cloth merchant. You'd have been hard put to find a tailor around here who didn't buy my wares. The finest quality at the fairest prices.
So what happened?
Bad times, lad. And bad people. They robbed my cart more than once, and in the end they just drove off with it. Twice they held a dagger to my throat until I emptied my purse. So I ended up on my own, with no livelihood and no money.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But it's not that bad. Every now and then I meet someone who gives me a groschen, and then I'm good for the evening.
Your frankness is refreshing. Maybe I can dig out a few coins here.
Thank you for your generosity. May the Lord reward you. I will drink to your health and raise an ale to your horse, your dog, and your wife.
You don't belong here. What? Who's there? For fuck's sake! What are you doing? Where? What? Right now! Rush in here, and with a weapon? What kind of man are you?
Let's try you, Hawthorne. Show what you made of! You'll die for that, you bastard! Got him!
Shot him!
That's it! Running back tomorrow, are ya?
No!
Go fuck
I give
yourself!
up!
Sick!
What will it be?
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
Will you show me how to trap wild animals?
Great. Let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time.
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
Well, I know how to shoot, but I'm far from being a master.
Thanks. I'll teach you one trick, but it'll take time to learn it.
Blessings to you.
I've got that sheep gut for you.
I hope you killed the poor creature before you pulled it out of its rectum. Or did you chicken out and buy it somewhere? Not that I care. Wait here a while and I'll make them strings for you.
I'm as hungry as a wolf. feel quite hungry. I'd like to learn something.
What do you want to know? Silly doggies.
What would you like?
Show me your wares.
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
What do you have for sale? I'd like to discuss the price.
Well,
Only because it's you.
we're nearly there. Just lower... Aye. I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
I'd like to learn.
What do you want to know?
How are you able to drink so much?
Thanks. I'll teach you one trick, but it'll take time to learn it.
Fuck you, whoreson! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! I'll rip your ass open! Bleeding, are ya? Didn't see that coming, eh?
Good day.
What will it be? Sure.
Let's talk about the price.
Huh.
Do we have a deal?
You won't convince me with... You see? I knew we'd... I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
I heard you're a drinking expert.
Great. Let's get to it. Learning this trick...
Good day. What can I do for you?
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about the price.
All right. Aye. Thank you. And take care.
One more time, then.
I got those strings for you.
Ah, how the hills shall ring out in gladness to their glorious sound.
We'll fix the loot and head off for Kuttenberg, fame and fortune. All praise to you, friend.
Right. I hope that's all you need.
If only, Henry, old pal. It's just there's still one little fuck-up. But first, you forgot to mention that half the village, including the bailiff and the resident idiot, saw you pilfer the loot.
George is exaggerating a bit, but still, we're a bit worried what will happen when someone finds out we've got the stolen loot.
You wanted a loot, you've got it.
We're as grateful to you as anyone could ever be, but truth be told, we're still a bit concerned.
I reckon it would be wisest to pack up and clear off. But it's not that simple. The innkeeper doesn't want us to leave. Says Kuttenberg isn't the place for us.
Can you imagine? He who never set foot outside his village wants to block 2 free souls in their path to fame.
And fortune.
And recognition.
And under the skirts of town maidens.
Beast. In short, dear friend, you must have a word with him. You're worldly wise. He's sure to listen more to you than to us.
Hang on. How can the innkeeper keep you from going anywhere?
Well, you know, he's incapable of grasping that the artistic soul needs to fly as free as a bird.
Aye, he's an
Ignoramus.
Besides, we owe him a bit of coin.
Well, why don't you pay him back then?
That's just it. We'd love to. We could always scrape together a few groschen.
But it's not coin he's after. He wants us to work off our debt.
He lets you two drink on credit? How so?
Because he's a damn crook.
He knows we can't pay back our debt outright, but he counts every wretched sip we take and adds it to the burden we have to shoulder.
Well, why don't you just up and run for it?
And sully our honor? Never.
And also, the innkeeper would tell the bailiff and he'd come looking for us. We don't want to end up in the stocks.
Why do I have to be the one to solve it for you?
Because we don't have time. We have to concentrate on composing our songs, creating art. Art!
Believe me, friend, once we get to Kuttenberg and make a shitload of coin, we'll pay you back double.
Tell you what, tenfold.
I'll have a word with him, and we'll see what happens.
That's the spirit.
Let's drink to that!
God bless you. How's it going? My wife and I are pickling cabbage. Loads of them.
God bless.
Greetings.
That's what you said last week.
Why is this all sticky? Aye, one beer after another, as usual.
Will again. Have a drink. And what's if I... Maybe a bit odd, but everything he says is true. The other day he told me to give the cow's dog ale to drink. What? You didn't actually do it, did you? Laugh all you like. What if I told you? You gave 3 times as much milk afterwards. You still wouldn't be...
Where did you say the lads who found the water goblin's treasure go swimming?
Near the pier, on the Rock Tower Pond.
I'm afraid I've got bad news. I found the lads, but they were dead. They drowned.
Christ almighty! I told them they should have returned the treasure. Those poor lads. Such foolishness. Thanks anyway. I'll let the Troskovitz gravedigger know. He'll bury them.
God damn, and wealthy blokes they welcome.
I hear Michael and George have run up a small debt with you.
A small debt? They owe me a whole heap of work, my friend. A month ago, I told them to dig a hole for shit behind the barn, and I'm still waiting. There's a privy there, but now it's full. The shit has nowhere to go but downhill. It's flowing down to the bathhouse. The other day, they promised that if I poured them a drink, they'd haul sacks of chaff to the barn. They boozed for free all night and swathed down sausages till they were as greasy as a cart axle. But that chaff is still out in the damp and rain.
Can't they just pay what they owe you?
This has nothing to do with the coin. Those two need to learn some responsibility. Damn their idle hands. Nothing can cure their laziness but labour.
So, haul some sacks and empty the latrine. And then the debt is paid?
Aye, but I'll bet my boots that even if those two miraculously got off their asses, they'd still manage to rack up another debt in no time.
Couldn't someone else do the work instead of Michael and George? They'd just do a shoddy job anyway. You know them.
Well, they'd have to do it again then. I'm telling you. Until the chaff's undercover and the latrine's clean enough to eat out of, them two owe me.
It seems you didn't grasp my meaning, Innkeep. The boys won't be doing the job. Do you understand? Or do I need to give you a closer look at the contents of that privy?
Come now, lad, there's no need for bad blood. We can work something out. Those two will be idle till the day they die, but see if I care. I'll get someone else to do the job. I'll have to fork out for it, though. Give me a couple of groschen, at least. After all, those two mates of yours still owe me.
What would you say to this?
Look, offer a bit more and we can make a deal.
Here you are.
Why, look at that. Now we can all be happy.
Tell me more about these fights of yours.
It's really quite simple. You bet some money and fight against 3 blokes in turn. Our first fighter is Hans, a local musician. He may not look like much, but he knows a few Then we have Bohunek here. And then there's Fiala. A good bloke, but...
What's going on around here, Innkeeper?
Siegfried the herdsboy was here. He was complaining that wolves keep taking his sheep. By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it? As you win, and that's pretty...
Thanks, Innkeeper.
We've got...
I've squared things with the Innkeeper. Your debt's been settled.
Our saviour! We knew you'd support our artistic souls and save our mortal bodies.
May your name live in glory!
Your glory shall be sealed by the song we wrote for you.
Oh my God, what have you done?
Fuck yeah! For you and about you, our hero!
Definitely not going to sing those words, right?
Which words?
You know exactly what
I'm
words.
just joking. Right, you ready?
Can't tune the strings.
You've got one job. Good? Right.
When it seems you're out of luck, there's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Well?
Ludiek?
Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. Henry, reliable Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Oh, oh, oh.
Watch out, here we go.
Oh, oh, you want to string your lute and trumpet with your black drum. Who will pull a sheep gut out through the creature's rectum? Oh, Henry, we thank you, Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. His fellow man! Henry, let's drink to Henry. He gets the job done the best he can. Yeah!
So, how did you like it?
Weren't we fantastic? I tell you, that loot really gave it a punch.
I'd say we were incomparable. Chi la dura la vince. You can't keep a good man down. The world awaits us.
Awaits us with open arms.
Absolutely great. Amazing. Breathtaking.
Ha ha! I knew it!
If our first song is so successful, just imagine how our next one will be received.
We'll conquer the fucking world!
Dear Enrico, thank you for everything. It's time for us to shake the dust of this godforsaken place off our feet and seek our fortune in the big wide world.
Kuttenberg, here we come!
New life, here we come.
Now, hold your horses, fellas. What about my reward for everything I've done for you?
We've already paid you back, my friend.
Didn't you hear the ode we wrote about you?
Look, that's all very nice. But what about some coin?
Please, Henry, don't be so base. No gold in the world can match the luster of our velvet voices.
Just wait till that song about you makes the rounds. You'll be so famous you'll have to fend off the women with a pitchfork.
Besides, you've gained the most valuable thing in all the world. Friends.
Farewell, friend. And thanks for everything.
Kuttenberg, where the roads are paved with silver.
Where the beer flows like water.
Where the citizens spend their time discussing poetry instead of base.
Where women are beautiful and loose.
And so clever that talking to them is a balm to the soul.
Oh, aye. Body and soul wrapped in one lovely bundle.
Drink up so we can hit the road.
Christ, can't you wash up before going out in public?
Greetings.
Would you like to throw some dice?
What game would you like to play?
Wagoners.
Let's play.
Greetings.
I hope Lady Luck will be on my side.
It's like I'm invisible or something. To success!
Hallo, Denkwert, ich habe Hunger.
Ah, you hungry beast.
I hope you don't throw like that again. Like this. These ones here. Oh no, not good.
Innkeeper, a beer!
Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything. What can you do?
And what if I have? Everything he says is true. The other day he told me to give the cows dark ale.
Like this.
Laugh all you like, but if I told you they gave 3 times as much milk...
These ones here.
Wait, really? Take my advice. Go
Here. Damn! What's this?
Innkeeper, have you got anything to eat?
If I was you, I'd take it.
I bought a lovely U-boat the other day for a great price.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know?
Did you hear that? The king himself announced that everyone should have a good bow on hand.
Which king would that be?
I don't know exactly, but when the king commands, his subjects have to obey, don't they?
You didn't hear it from the trader who sold you the boat.
Aye. Come to think of it, it was him
Ha
who
ha!
told me.
The luck is on my side, it seems.
Hey! Where's that beer?
Not your day, eh? What if I freed you?
I'd scarp her, obviously.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Really?
Were you expecting a different answer?
How about you go somewhere else? For good, ideally.
So you don't end up here too.
God bless.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Roman is dead. I found his body by the woods.
Dead? Christ above! How did it happen?
It was certainly no accident.
Fuck. Jesus, Roman. What did you get mixed up in, you fool? I'll take care of him. Of his body. God be merciful. There's something else I have to tell you. Havlena is expecting Roman's child.
She's pregnant? How do you know?
Roman told me. That's why they wanted to leave together.
Well, who else knows about it?
No one but me. I had to promise Roman not to tell anyone their secret. You've got to find that girl, Henry. If only on account of the unborn child.
See you later.
Where the fuck is it?
What are you looking for?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Don't be like that. Perhaps I can help you. What's up?
I'll tell you, but pray keep it to yourself, will you?
Of course.
I'm looking for treasure. I have a map to it, but I'm not sure I'm going the right way.
Well, let me see it. Perhaps I can help you.
So you can commit it to memory and double-cross me? Over my dead body?
Don't worry. I just want a quick look.
You'll do no such thing, and don't fuck with me.
How about you sell me the map?
Well, I don't know. We're talking about some serious coin.
It's not worth that much. You might as well keep it.
Suit yourself.
Well...
Aye, like you are. Bloody...
Excuse me.
What is it? Did you drop something?
Oh, here?
What are you skulking around for, you crook?
Excuse me.
You must be the local gravedigger, right? I'm Henry.
Ignatius, master of the sod, at your service. Looking for a final resting place? Or do you need to bury a dead goat?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Samine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Yeah, something like that. At night, you hear the cries of tormented souls and catch the whiff of sulphur.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Not to worry. It's actually just a hole with some rotting carcasses in it. These white crystals form in it. And that's exactly what we're after.
You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really? That was easier than I thought.
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave-digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
I have a better idea. You tell me where I can find that pit, and I'll give you a nice piece of fresh meat for it.
I won't say no to that. Show me what you have. Oh, aye, fresh meat. What a feast that'll make. Now, listen closely. That pit of yours lies at the end of a long journey that we'll take together on my wagon.
So you got meat out of me for nothing?
When I see how much you lot in Lower Samine are interested in it, I'm not just going to hand it to you on a plate. But thanks for the meat, and don't worry about a thing. Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, everyone needs our services. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcasses themselves.
Now, hold your horses. I'm willing to help you, but don't try to make your unclean profession something it isn't. I don't even want to imagine what people will say about me when they see me with you.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip you of your honor if you let them. So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boys Snorter and Dragonfly here? Nice and early, at daybreak.
Let's get this over with, then.
Didn't you understand me? We ain't going nowhere now. Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. Do you understand?
Is there some place I can wait for morning to come?
Of course, if you've got nothing better to do, you can sit here with me. If you know how to read, I have a book hidden in the outhouse I got of a dead fella. That'll make the time go faster. In fact, you can keep it. All I can do is admire all them fancy squiggles in it anyway.
And where can I sleep?
At the inn in Truskowitz. Get a good breakfast there, too. You'll need it to be at full strength. Here's a little something so you know I take care of my helpers. See you in the morning.
Here, Mutt!
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Search. Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day. Death roams these parts with me following close behind.
Do you know what happened with the bodies from near the pond? Tankard, Conrad.
Who?
Well, you wouldn't know their names. A couple of soldiers that fell there. Where are they buried?
Oh, I remember them. They all ended up in a pit together right by the cemetery. All I got was a yellow waffen rock for the effort. Getting them out of there was a grind. They was well fed. You could tell right away they was from better parts than this here county.
Yeah, you're right. They're a long way from home.
Not to worry. Earth is Earth, wherever it is.
Are you and the herb woman related? You both look, well, really old.
We're not related. We both got some years behind us, and we're both unclean in our own ways. That's all we have in common. Different herb women came to me from time to time for hangman's nooses or nails from the gallows. What they do with them is their own business. I'm just a trader. But Bozhena ain't like the others. She's an honest herb woman who only heals with herbs and prayers. Do you know why they chased her out of town?
I do. On account of Yakesh's son.
There's a place called Limbus Infantium. Make sure you never send anyone there. Not even by accident, like Bozhena did with Yarushek.
Well, I don't think I'll be going into the midwifery trade, but I get you. How's life treating you, Ignatius?
A lot better than it's treating my customers, I must say. Come to think of it, the only thing that pisses me off is that once I kick the bucket, there won't be a single experienced gravedigger to put me to rest. Aye, the shoemaker's children go barefoot, as they say. All the young folks these days care about is making coin. Nobody's interested in the honest trade of grave digging anymore.
You got a big cemetery here. Pretty nice, too.
Ain't it? But being the gravedigger, I'll never have a place of my own here. They'll throw me by the wall like a dog and bury me without ceremony. But when I'm dead, I won't care. If it was up to me, I'd even bury the suicides in hallowed ground. We're all equal before death and the Lord. This game of better and worse places of final rest don't count for nothing.
What's the story with the dead people?
The story? They're dead. What more is there to tell?
But you said there's been a lot of people dying around here recently, right?
Well, it ain't usual for people to get offed by the cartload out here in the sticks, if you ask me. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Hadn't really thought about it that way.
That might be the reason, then. Hey?
What?
Look, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying there's a lot of people dying. If things keep up like this, I'll be out of work in no time. There'll be no one left to bury.
Being a gravedigger must be a lonely job, eh? What are your duties?
Funny a young lad like you is so interested in grave digging. Not something you see every day.
Well, I'm only asking. No real reason.
That figures. Youngsters these days wouldn't know hard work if it bit 'em on the arse. It's no wonder I can't find any help.
Are you offering me a job?
No. I'm giving you a warning. You ain't cut out for this trade.
And how do you know that?
You've got that look. I can spot it a mile away.
Could you be more specific?
You just aren't cut out for it, and that's that. A gravedigger needs passion. A sense of duty ain't enough. It's a service, a labour of love, and the meaning of life all in one, lad.
I'm not from these parts, and I've seen a few conciliation crosses around here. What do they mean?
The same as where you come from, I reckon. They mark spots where the sins of man came to be regretted later.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Aye, like when a fella buries an axe in someone's head over something stupid and then comes to regret it. or if the law sees to it that he regrets it. The sinner then has to erect a conciliation cross to mark the site of his evil deed.
Where does he get the cross from?
Where do you think? From me.
You're in charge of that too? Stone cutting?
I know how to cut a cross out of stone. And what of it? With the soft sandstone around here, it's child's play.
So they're all your work?
I wish. I've only sold 2 or 3 recently. Most of these here are right old. You might find a few stories about them in the village chronicle what's kept at the rat house. All I know is a young fellow once jumped off the cliffs near Takoff, and folks say the place is cursed.
Do you know any more stories?
Aye, I do, but I'm not telling you any. I'm not an old fishwife.
But seriously, Ignatius, tell me about yourself.
Gravedigger, knacker, snorter's constant companion, and lover of colourful sunsets, all in one man.
You've nearly got more titles than the Emperor himself.
Well, I have been doing it for almost 40 years now. The bailiff pays me well, in coin and sometimes in goods.
Sounds appealing.
Not all that glitters is gold, lad. A gravedigger's got it hard, and so does a knacker. I pick up dead animals on the side of the road. That's the knacker's job. You could say I have a knack for it. That's why people say I'm unclean. If I had children, they wouldn't be allowed to marry anyone besides an executioner or a gravedigger. It's so ingrained in folk. A fella takes care of things they wouldn't want to handle themselves, and this is how they repay him. Can't even go to the tavern no more.
Have you been a gravedigger your whole life? Have you ever thought of changing your trade?
I did think about it once, if I'm honest. I wanted to be a knacker in Yitchin, but some fool with friends in high places got the job, though he can't even tell a shovel from a spade. That really pissed me off, so I said, fuck it. Why would I want to dig graves for people who don't appreciate my craft?
So you've always been here otherwise?
And what of it? Do you think I get bored here? Not recently, I don't. But I think I told you that already.
Unfortunately, I had to bury both my parents recently.
My condolences, lad.
Thank you. I just don't know if it was done right.
Did you witness their deaths?
Unfortunately. They were killed in front of my eyes.
Oh, I understand that's never easy. But if you closed their eyes and buried them in consecrated ground, you've nothing to worry about.
I dug their grave next to our smithy. We didn't have a church in our village.
Well, that can't be avoided sometimes. Don't let it bother you. As long as you picked the spot with good intentions, that's all that matters. I'm certain their souls went straight to heaven. You needn't worry. You did everything right, lad.
I don't know if I'm complete.
Didn't you understand me? We ain't got, like I said, be here at day. Excuse me. Hail Mary.
I don't know if I'm completely ready for this, but let's get going.
The dew is still on the leaves. The roads are clear. Hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here will take care of us. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too? Nothing to say? You must have something to hide, then. We're off to a nice start. Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, boys, whoa! Come on. Come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
It looks mysterious. What treasures might be hidden there?
You'll soon see. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily, so hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally, at least we're not blocking the road too much.